Stuck inside of this quarantine, now all I do is play FIFA. Stuck inside of this quarantine, now all I do is play FIFA. Stuck inside of this quarantine, now all I do is play FIFA. Stuck inside of this quarantine, I'm stuck. Getting down on my knees and I'm praying. I'm saying, please, EA, please bless me, it's so blatant. I'm cursed. Why? Pack Prime Crespo and I was shaking. Foot chance rewards got my heart breaking. Why? What is going on, YouTube? It is your boy 1 Star a Week Fitter. You are now watching another episode of the Broke Boy Road to Glory late night edition, and we got a lot of things to talk about today because, as you guys know, today is the start of Footmas. Wait, no. It's not the start of Footmas. It's the start of Freeze, which is pretty much their Footmas promo, I'm guessing, this year. And honestly, I'm liking the promo. It's pretty much another Shapeshifters promo, but I'm really enjoying the cards that they brought out. We're going to be talking about a few of them today, as you know from the thumbnail. But first, I'm going to be talking about the icon swaps, because it's not only the Freeze promo that dropped today. We also got to talk about the icon swaps. We have a CDM Marquinhos that dropped first and foremost, and honestly, he looks a bit of a beast. Would I use him at the CDM role? Probably not. He looks a bit limited going forward. But imagine using him at center back and maybe bringing in somebody like Kuhlman at CDM, switch him in game. Maybe that might be a thing a lot of you guys might want to do. He's fairly cheap. He has the Neymar link, which is what a lot of people may be looking at him for. This Bruno Fernandes card looks absolutely magnificent. He's just way too expensive for my taste for an tradable, and he's bound to get another 91 really soon, in my opinion, if he keeps up his form. He's pretty much the most informed midfielder in the world in the past year, so it's only a matter of time till he has a 92, a 93 rated card. So sinking untradables into this SBC, probably a bad idea. But let's talk about these icon swaps, because that's what we were waiting for pretty much all year. We've already had some icon SBCs. Let's look at what the swaps bring us. There are so many tabs on this menu. I'm not digging the interface, but there are a bunch of things to talk about. Not only can we get icons from the icon swaps, we also have some interesting packs. We have the 2 ultimate packs for 2 coins, which is not bad. 85 times 5 pack, interesting. This one looks very crazy. Imagine opening this during Team of the Year, or imagine opening this when there's a nice Team of the Week out. That's gonna be a little saucy. So it looks like for 7 icon swaps, you could get Vidic. He looks like a decent card, don't get me wrong, but is he meta? I've heard he's not that great in game. If you guys want me to review him, let me know in the comments, and I'll definitely get around to it. We have Haji, who I like. He looks very meta, but there are a few things that I don't like. The 82 finishing, he looks pretty weak. And he's 9 icon swaps. And I think at that range, I think I would much rather have a base or mid icon pack, a base icon pack, or Suker. Suker looks like a very decent pull at 11 in my opinion. Is he a great striker? I would say no, but he's somebody to bring icon links into your team. He's somebody that could last you for the next month or two at a high level, and he has a lot of good attributes. He's a very well-rounded striker. He could play as a lone striker and a secondary striker, so I'm not mad at the Suker. Mid icon pack. Another one I want to look at here was the, it's further down. All right, we have Ronald Kuhlman. Not a big fan of this. Ideally, he'd play in maybe a CDM role, a CM role at a push, but that dribbling looks absolutely horrendous for that role. Frank Rijkaard is somebody I really do like. It's his prime version. He looks very, very good. Possibly a card you could use till team of the season, but for 14 swaps, I think that's a little bit asking too much. We have the mid or prime icon pack. We have the 89 plus mid icon pack, which is the one that really is interesting. The base icon player pick. Imagine you save up 17 icon swaps for it, and you get Nakata, Giggs, and somebody like Makaleli. How mad would you be? It's a big risk, but imagine you get a pick like Eusebio, Ronaldo, or Maradona. Like that, the potential on this one is crazy too. I can see the appeal of it. Thierry Henry for 17 coins, not a big fan. I think he's a decent card, but 17 icon swaps is way too much. So yeah, those are going to be the icon swaps. Let me know in the comment section down below, who are you looking to get? I'm still not really decided. You know me, I'm definitely going to be going for icon swaps. Probably player pack, maybe an icon player pick, maybe the mid 89 rated mid icon pack. I'm not quite sure, but I think that's where I'm leaning towards. The 2583 pack does look interesting as well, so maybe that's something to check out. I'm not exactly sure what we're gonna do. One thing to think about too is how long it's going to take us to get to the end, just in case I want the 89 mid icon pack. Is it worth it for me to wait, or should I just pop open a base icon pack this week? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. Let's show you guys a new squad, because as you guys know, it's also FUT Champs today, and honestly, I think this might be the funnest squad I have ever built in FIFA 21 so far, because not only do we have a very, very meta team, we also have a lot of fun players to try here. Seedorf is somebody I've been wanting to try forever, and being that I'm playing with 3 CMs, I think he's pretty much perfect in the role that I have him in, which is an attacking CM. Defensively, he's very good. He's a very aggressive card. We'll be talking about him tomorrow, because today, the main players we're talking about here are going to be Nani and Martinez from the Freeze promo. The first one we're going to talk about is Lautaro Martinez. He's 5'9". He has high-low work rates. He's left-footed, which is something I needed on my team, a left-footed attacker. He has the 4-star combination. As you guys see here, he has 7 games played in the weekend league. He has 5 goals and 0 assists. Before we go any further, if you're enjoying the content, if you want more content like this, do me a big solid and hit the like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, do me a big favor and subscribe. I appreciate all you guys at home for watching this video. So, when you look at Lautaro Martinez, obviously he's gotten some important boosts here. The pace at 91 is the biggest one. The dribbling at 93 is disgusting. Adding dribbling and pace to this card makes him a very intriguing card. He's going for about 400k on the market, and honestly, I think it's a good value. I mean, what doesn't he have as a card at this point? Even his passing looks like a very, very good thing on this card, and he's somebody that really would excel as a forward, probably a striker, not necessarily a right mid or a left mid. We also have Nani, and honestly, I had to bring him in. When I saw the card that they gave him, he looks incredible. He's 5'10". He has high medium work rates. He's right-footed, but it doesn't matter. He has the 5-star combination. As you guys see here, I have played him in the false 9 position, which I think is perfect for him. He has 6 goals and 2 assists, and honestly, as far as fitting the meta, this card is almost perfect. What I really need to add to this card is the finishing, so 76 finishing is not that great, and to the pace, because 76 sprint speed is not good enough. So therefore, we have a hunter card on him. The passing looks very, very nice. The 91 curve there looks very tasty. Dribbling wise, with the 5-star skills and the actual dribbling stats, he looks to be a very fun card to use. And the shot power 93 is something we're going to keep an eye on. The only bad thing about this card that we can't fix is his 70 stamina. I do think we're going to need to sub him in most of our games, but it is what it is. He's very cheap. He's selling for about 65k right now. We're going to be talking about how these cards perform for me when we jump into the gameplay right now. Let's jump into the gameplay. I'm going to let you guys know how I did in the weekend league, and once again, I'm going to let you guys know how these cards are. Let's go. All right, so according to FUTBin, this Lautaro Martinez card is costing 431,000 coins on the PS4 market. Is he worth it? I would have to say he's a good value. I do anticipate he'll drop. I mean, he's bound to drop. He just dropped today. But if he drops around 300k, I think that's a magnificent value. He's a very well-rounded attacking card. We're going to talk about the stats. So, first we're going to talk about his pace. He has 91 pace, and you definitely feel it off the jump. I mean, this guy is very quick off the mark. He beats the defensive line every single time, and he has this new explosiveness about him that no Lautaro Martinez card I've ever used on FIFA has. Overall, this guy's pace is a 9.5 out of 10. Next, we'll talk about shooting, and he did receive a slight downgrade here. But don't get it twisted, his finish is very reliable. What I really do like about him is the 87 finishing with the finesse shot trait. So going down the wing from the right forward position, he was perfect. His attack positioning was noticeably very good. And when you have somebody with good attack positioning and good pace, they become a very hard card to defend, especially with the high-low work rates. His long shots were not really an issue with the way I used them. I don't think you're going to want him to really bang long shots. Overall, this guy's finishing is a 9 out of 10. He's not the most clinical finisher, but he will finish shots from good angles at a very high rate. Next, we'll talk about his passing, and honestly, I really enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised by the way he was able to involve other players in the game. His long passes were surprisingly reliable, and his passes in and around the box, if you aim them well, were very good. Overall, this guy's passing is an 8 out of 10. Wouldn't quite play him at cam, but he's a very good playmaking striker or secondary striker. Next, we'll talk about his dribbling, and yo, this guy's dribbling is absolutely nuts. Normally, when I use Lautaro Martinez, I find him to be a bit clunky, a bit stocky. This Lautaro Martinez's dribbling is so smooth. He has gone from stocky to very, very smooth, very easy to turn, very easy to maneuver, and his R1 dribbling is the absolute thing of beauty. I mean, the way I'm able to beat people in the box with him makes him feel like a winger, but he also has the strength of a striker, so he's a very well-rounded card. His ball control in tight areas is very nice. He's very sticky, and that's because he has the 95 dribbling as his actual stat, which is absolutely brilliant. Overall, this guy's dribbling is a 9.75 out of 10. It was the biggest upgrade I felt on this card, and honestly, it makes him an absolute steal. Next, we'll talk about his physical, and honestly, he did get an upgrade or a downgrade in this area, but I still think he feels pretty strong. His body type has a lot to do with that. He also has 84 aggression, 81 strength. So once he's in behind, all you have to do is hit the shield button, shoot the ball. He's going to be able to finish. He won't be bothered because he's pretty sturdy on the ball. His stamina is 75, which I did notice. If I press too hard, I would need a sub for him. His jumping and heading accuracy is enough to keep the opposition honest. And overall, I got to give his physical 8.5 out of 10. All right, guys, so what do I think about this card? I think he's honestly one of the most well-rounded cards I've used on this game for this price range. I mean, he has the pace. The dribbling is now amazing, and his physical, of course, is going to be there. His finishing, even though it got slightly downgraded, is still very good. And overall, I got to give him a 9 out of 10. He is a very well-rounded attacker, and I really enjoyed him. Next, we're going to talk about Nani. I bought him for 66K on the market. Is he worth it? I would have to say he's not a bad value. All right, I do anticipate he will drop to maybe 30 or 40K, and if he does, I think he's going to be an excellent value for that price. Next, we're going to talk about stats. So first, we're going to talk about his pace. He has 82 pace, and he does have some interesting stats because he has 89 acceleration, which I noticed. When he comes out of the skill moves, he really explodes out of them. It makes him feel explosive without feeling fast because his sprint speed is only 76. So I wouldn't really run in behind with him. I would use the skill moves with the speed boost and create space that way. Overall, this guy's pace is an 8 out of 10. It's not his strength, but his explosiveness is definitely there with the skill moves. Next, we'll talk about shooting, and the main question here, how is his 76 finishing going to feel in game? I did boost it to 80 with the Hunter Kemp style, and I would say it was pretty reliable. And what makes it reliable is not only the fact that I could hit it on either foot, I could set it up well with his really, really nice dribbling. It's also the fact he has 93 shot power. So once I hit it on target, he was blasting it past the keeper. Another thing I really noticed with this card was his 86 attack positioning. He made brilliant runs at the false 9 role, and overall, I gotta give this guy shooting an 8.5 out of 10. He was surprisingly clinical. Actually, clinical is the wrong word. He was surprisingly reliable in the box. He's not somebody I would play at striker, but as a false 9, he definitely is good enough to finish most shots. Next, we'll talk about his passing, and this is the aspect where he shined. It is the reason why I want to use him as a false 9, and I was not disappointed. I think his 91 curve really helps his through balls. That was the first thing I noticed off the jump. His long passing was very reliable as well, and his short passing was a thing of beauty. He really is the kind of player that can unlock your offense if you're stagnating, and overall, I gotta give this guy's passing a 9 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Next, we'll talk about his dribbling, and this guy's dribbling is disgusting, guys. Honestly, he's very, very sticky. He feels very close to Neymar with how sticky he is on the ball, how many times the ball just tends to deflect back to him, and that's another way he scored goals. I mean, I would literally just dribble my way into box, and they couldn't dispossess him. His actual turning ability is very smooth. Once again, feels very, very similar to Neymar, and overall, this guy's dribbling is a 9.5 out of 10. If you're a skiller, you're really gonna enjoy it. Finally, we'll be talking about his physical, and it's obviously not a strong point. What I will mention is his 84 aggression is definitely noticeable. I really enjoy it when I'm trying to press. His stamina definitely means that he needs a sub. I mean, there's no way around it. And he feels kind of sturdy on the ball, but not too strong. Overall, I will give his physical a 7 out of 10. Alright guys, so what's the final verdict on the card? I think for the price, he's a very, very good card. I think he's a fun card, which is the most important thing for me. Overall, I have to give him an 8 out of 10. He has the 5-star, 5-star combination. He's very well rounded. The only thing he's really missing is some top end speed and some more physical and stamina. But overall, for what you're paying, I think he's a great value. All right, guys, so you might be wondering how I'm doing in the weekend league. And honestly, I played very late. I started playing from 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. New York time. And my thing here was to see if the gameplay would be better. And in some games, the gameplay felt remarkably smooth. In others, it felt incredibly heavy. So I guess no matter what time I play, it's going to be heavy. The matchmaking seemed to do me no favors. Honestly, I was playing people that felt like they were high D2 standard, maybe low D1 standard. They were very, very sweaty, especially for the beginning of the weekend league. And we finished today at 4-3. It's not the best record, but I'm honestly having a lot of fun, being that I've changed my tactics to be more attacking. I'm using a very fun team. I'm using cards like Nani, and I hope to continue to push on and finish all 30 games this weekend. Alright guys, so that's going to be my Broke Boy RTG episode for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Once again, don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next episode, but until then,